Hello. In this video we will explain what the Dublin procedure is and what its consequences fare for you. The Dublin regulation is a European law which applies to the 28 member states of the European Union and Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway and Switzerland. It determines which country is responsible, the responsible country, for examining your application for asylum. The responsible country is either the one you first entered and in which you were processed, for example with fingerprints, or the one which granted you a visa or residence permit. It is during the first appointment with the prefecture, known as GUDA, Asylum Seeker One-Stop Shop, to record you in the system that they will check your fingerprints or verify if you already have a visa or residence permit. If this is the case, you might be placed under the Dublin procedure, which will slow down your application for asylum in France. If agents from the prefecture administrative centre want to place you under the Dublin procedure, an agent must first ask you several questions. You are entitled to an interpreter. You must be given a summary of the interview. This is compulsory. Agents from the prefecture must also give you several documents with important information in a language that you understand. One on how they take and use fingerprints and the Eurodac regulation. One on the Dublin procedure itself. It is important to give all the information and documents that you have. Having family in France, an old French residence permit or visa, or health problems, such as pregnancy or surgery, might help your application to be processed in France. If the prefecture does not take these facts into account, ask an association for help in writing a registered letter with acknowledgement of receipt, informing the prefecture and the OFI, the French Office for Immigration and Integration, of your situation. This is important. If you give false information to the prefecture, it can decide not to give you the asylum seeker allowance, called ADA, and housing aid. For more information on these aids, watch this video here. After this interview, you will be given an asylum application certificate under the Dublin procedure. The certificate is valid for 1 month, and thereafter can be renewed every 4 months. You will be called into the prefecture for the first renewal. So, when you're registered under the Dublin procedure, France has to ask the country where you're processed, the responsible country, to take over your application for asylum. If the responsible country accepts, starting from the date of their acceptance, the prefecture has 6 months to transfer you to a responsible country. It is written on the document called Décision de transfert, transfer decision. If at the end of these 6 months you have not been transferred and you have attended all your appointments with the authorities, then and only then can you apply for asylum in France. If you have not attended all your appointments with the authorities, the prefecture can consider you as being on the run, en fuite, and then has 18 months to transfer you to a responsible country. You will also lose the allowance for asylum seekers, ADA, and accommodation. We will discuss this in more detail in the next videos. When you are under the Dublin procedure, there are several consequences. The prefecture has to notify you, that is to say, officially inform you, that a decision to transfer is pending with the country responsible for your application. You may be put under house arrest, assignation à résidence, at the beginning of the procedure, but this is not always the case. You can be placed in an administrative detention centre, which is a sort of prison for foreigners waiting to be deported. But this is not always the case. You can stay there for a maximum of 60 days. Inside this facility, you can get help from associations for all your administrative procedures. Sometimes, notifications to appear for appointments at a préfecture can lead to placement in an administrative detention center. If you miss an appointment, the OFI can decide to cut off your CMA, material reception conditions, meaning accommodation and asylum seeker allowance, ADA. To understand the procedure better, get in touch with an association that can help you with the process. In the next video, we will see which documents are in this procedure and what are the risks. Have a look here. It is called What is a transfer order and what is house arrest? What are the risks in this procedure? See you soon.